Now, residents in the Ashanti regional capital, Kumasi, are expressing concern over the recent unscheduled power outage in the town. Apart from the usual inconvenience one has to endure when the power goes off, residents say the situation has led to an increase in the crime rates in the area. Businesses are also said to be struggling to stay afloat due to the power outages. Mahmoud Mohammed Nuruddin has more.
It is 7:30 p.m. here in Kumasi, and residents are in the midst of what appears to be part of their daily routine now.
I mean, when I said I'm an electrical engineer, I think you know definitely the light is affecting me. And besides, not only electrician, I think you understand, not only electrician, I mean everybody.
On Saturday, a massive blackout hit the metropolis and left many wondering what the future holds.
My work has been greatly affected by the power crisis. I used to make 2,500 Ghana cedis a night staking the lotto, but due to the doomsaw, I barely make 800.
Night businesses are running at a loss because many people are not staying outdoors for security reasons.
All these power cuts have made me dispose my wares because they got bad. Lately, people are reluctant to buy because they say the prices are high.
It is 3 p.m. and people are idle because there's no light to continue with their unfinished jobs. The maximum supply of power for the Ashanti region is 240 megawatts, but the region now gets only 30 megawatts. This has left many areas and people without lights for a number of days. Providers say more load shedding is expected in the coming days due to the shortfall in production.
Several Ghanaians have in recent times complained about the hike in prices of building materials in the country. Now, for these Ghanaians, owning a dream house has become expensive because, according to architects, materials used for buildings are mostly imported. Now, to halt this trend, government is set to introduce a policy that will compel architects in the country to use locally manufactured materials to put up buildings. Now, this, according to Deputy Minister for Water Resources, Works and Housing, Samuel Yawedu, will reduce the cost of putting up a building. He was speaking on PM Express.
Yes, we've talked about that because the cost of the building materials also affects the final cost of the housing unit.
Obviously.
So that we are encouraging that people will use local building materials. You get it?
Okay.
So now, if you go to Boygatanga, there's a prototype there that they use sand. They even didn't use any, you won't see any wood or any metal. It was just sand. Just to provide a very nice building.
Well,
you get it? And it has a lost, yes. It can last for, when you go to Navrongo, there's a church there. You know, they use mud to put up that church. It's over 100 years.
Okay.
Just mud, no wood, anything. You know, it's over 100 years.
I see.
You get it? So when you use the mud or the this thing to put up, it has a very long shelf life. I mean, so it lasts. You get it?
The weather conditions and all that.
We are encouraging that.
So we don't need to import.
So we don't need to import. So what government is doing is that we have decided that most of our buildings we use the local building materials.
Okay.
You get it? It's becoming a policy.
Has this education started?
It's becoming a policy that if you can get 60% of our building materials from the local sector, it will also help us. You get it? So that is what would apparently go a long way to reduce the cost of housing units.
Mr. Eduse also says plans are far advanced to roll out a building code that will ensure house owners leave substantial spaces between their houses to aid planning for basic amenities and provisions.
If you have a community where buildings are scattered over, you get it. There's a building here. When you come out, you are meeting somebody's.
If you're not careful, you enter somewhere.
Yes. When you have buildings scattered like that, it creates a problem. So we have building code, by Building Research Institute that they have also done that. We have reviewed it, and there's building regulations that we are also now looking at it. All those things are going to enforce how we are going to space our buildings. People are not exposed. We'll get a lot of information with innovation of the material that you should use for construction and all those things.
Okay.
And we are taking all that into consideration. If you go into the National Special Development Framework, the framework that is to ensure that some of these things are all captured. You get what I mean?
Yes.
We take into consideration how the kind of buildings that we should put up, how to upgrade slums.
Okay.
How to space buildings, make room for roads. Because some people have been built in the middle of a road, but they don't know.
You're still watching News Desk here on Joy News Multi TV. We'll be back shortly with business.